Well, today's pheromone patch day. Here we are up in the headwaters of the salmon again. We're going back up here. We're meeting up. And as you can see, it's another blustery day. Spring in Idaho.
That's what we're going to do, and protecting trees. And we have Laura Lazarus here, our forest entomologist.
Yay.
So she is the bug expert. So when people ask big questions and I can't figure it out, then I can call Laura in Boise. So we have a branch of the Forest Service called it's State Private Forestry, and so they have other entomologists and pathologists, and so they help all the different districts, the forest, even state land, state foresters, and private landowners too. So this project here, when we see like there's a need, and I get funding kind of through Laura's shop, and to help purchase the pheromone pouches that we're going to put up. So, and we've had our mountain pine beetle infestation from '98 to 2009. That's kind of crashed, and now we're kind of faced with some dead bird beetles. We're kind of picking up between the fir trees, and then there's a spruce budworm that's kind of does a little bit of foliation on them also. And you can see some of that up here in the summer home. So this is, you guys have started losing lots of trees up there, which is what we want to kind of protect the remaining trees. There's some really nice big old trees up there, old growth. I think David Mead cabin has the largest one. It's really huge. And so some folks have lost a lot of trees on the cabin, so we're going to want to protect those trees very much. So that's me. Anything else, Laura? Or?
I guess I can talk about the pheromone stuff. We get now or later.
When we get up there, we'll talk about that. And,
that's a great intro. Yeah, I've been up. I went up last fall to look around and check out the beetle situation for Jim too. So I saw how nice and big the trees are, and those are the ones the beetles like. So yeah, it's good that y'all came out to help put out the pheromones. Yeah,
I don't want to steal your show, Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sawtooth Society.
Yeah, I'm with the Sawtooth Society. I'm running the Austin Crow Memorial Volunteer Program. So this is our first project of the summer. Thanks for everyone for coming out. It'll be great.
And I'm Stacey Clark, and I work with the Forest Service at the Sawtooth National Recreation Area. And I'm a special use and NEPA, I'll explain each of those, program leader. And so special uses is anytime when there's private development on the National Forest, we help administration plan for those. And then NEPA is anytime there's environmental documents, I get involved with those. So we'll talk more about Valley View when we get up there. And we have some permit holders that are helping us today, and we really appreciate all your help today, because this is a really important project.
Can we get everyone's names again? Well, like there's more people that came in. Can we get everybody's names
Yeah, I
again?
think we're just going to go around the horn and go.
Gail?
Greg Travelstead, I'm from Haley, and I want to support the Sawtooth Society in any way I can because of their principled stand on the Boulder White-Glass issue.
I'm Martha. I'm Heidi. I'm from Haley.
My name's Mike. Mike from Kimberly.
Kate from Twin Falls.
I'm Carl. I'm from Ketchum, and I have a cabin here. And thank you all for doing this. Appreciate it.
Chuck?
Kelly.
Laura. And Stacy.
You got me, Jim.
All right, we're off.
We each have a staple gun, and I have to get my safety and, staple gun, and I got a couple of vests, the cougar vests. Are people set pretty much? Okay. And I do have, since these, this is it's a chemical called MCH, and when the bark beetles decide on a tree to attack, they send out a pheromone, an aggregation pheromone, that says, you know, brings in all the other female beetles and male beetles, so there's a mass attack. And they don't want to eat themselves out of house and home, so that pheromone starts to change, and it's basically is like a no vacancy signal. And so that's what we're going to do. We're hoping to fool the beetles. If there are any around that they're thinking the trees are already infested, they're going to move on and go elsewhere. So, and they are a bit, let's see, so I got lots of, and these nitrile gloves work pretty well if you don't want to stink up your own gloves.
Awesome.
So I got, hopefully I got different sizes in there. And then I got some extra bags too, but I guess we can just kind of start out by using these, and we'll, when we get all lined up, we'll just kind of go out and start putting these things on trees. Laura, which side goes out?
It doesn't really matter. I guess
Boy, you can smell that.
So it's whatever you want to show. If you want brown or white showing, if sometimes you can use them both.
Okay.
If you're doing 2 years in a row to know which you treated before.
Okay.
So you can just pick if
So,
you want brown.
You guys live here. Do you want white out or brown out? You can't really see the brown.
Brown out, yeah.
Okay.
Brown out.
Don't need those night eyes.
Because the phone calls will start ringing. What's that?
Yeah, that'll make it off.
Brown might be better.
So,
Alien.
so this is the this is actual. And I try to explain what what's the long name? The MCH.
Methyl cyclohexanone. It's a ketone. It's a sister ketone of the terpenes in a tree. And the beetles just do some organic chemistry and change the cis to a tran, and then it makes it a like methyl, and so it's methyl cyclohexanone. But yeah, it's based on a naturally produced pheromone chemical communication that the beetle uses in their body, but we make it in the lab, and it's
Yeah.
So you can explain.
So we're not. So sometimes we do like a grid pattern every 30 to 40 feet, but because the pressure is not quite as intense, we're just going to focus on individual trees. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was thinking, just the size of the trees. It seemed, yes, we just want to. We're trying to create like a plume around the tree when the pheromone comes out of that packet slowly over the summer. It'll just go in the air, and then we're hoping to go by size of the tree how many caps they'll get. So like over 20, they'll get 2, and then if it's like every, then you add another 8 inches. So if it's like then getting towards 30 inches, we could put 3 on around.
30 inches diameter.
Yeah.
So trees 30 inches, we'll maybe
It's a pretty
do
big one.
maybe do 3, and then below that. So the minimum diameter will probably be 12.
12, I would
12.
think
Okay,
12.
so we don't need to staple on trees 12 below, because usually they don't attack on trees that small. So
Yeah.
so
And 12, we can show them. I guess what it's 12.
okay, and so we'll just kind of as we usually we kind of go out in a grid pattern, so we know where each other is at, and just kind of go up as kind of high as you can.
Which for me
That's
is
not very high.
And that's okay. And whatever you do, yeah.
It's all your perspective.
Yeah.
As
When
high
you-
as you can.
When you staple, you want to just kind of staple in this upper part. You don't want to go through the membrane, because that'll just sever that. And these will emit the pheromone for about maybe 60 days to get us through the beetle flight.
Yeah.
So
And they can last even a little longer. Like
Uh-huh.
up to those, they say like 120, but
okay.
it's like it depends how much sun hits them, because then the stuff will come out faster.
Mhm.
But yeah, that porous stuff, if you staple it, it'll just run out, and then you're competing for.
Okay.
So do you want them in the sun or in the shade?
Best in the shade if you can. And then Jim, if we're doing the individual, usually say 2. We do 2 per tree. So like, no matter like even the 12-inch ones. So it's
Okay.
just,
Yeah. Because when I was walking around here, there's a lot of young ones, and so I think we'll just focus. And this kind of is like a loop road right here. And there's quite a few cabins in the center, and usually like one person will be kind of on the right hand side. I can maybe take the right, and everybody can just kind of spread out, and we just kind of work our way up, and want to make sure we get there's over 3,500 pouches. I think there's going to be enough.
Yeah.
So we're just doing this loop.
Cabins on that side. Most of them are on this side.
Yeah, most of the big duck fur are over here and up above, and not so much there, but and
We're just doing the Doug fir, not lodgepole raising.
right.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
Balsams, none of them.
We're
Just
just,
fir.
So
yeah, we're trying to just be specific about the tree the beetle is going to want to eat, attack. And then if you staple, you can even staple the 2 packs, hold them together and staple them, and like staple them so they're 2 right by, right together. You don't have to do them one on top of the other, but you can. Whatever you find easy.
So this is the government, so we have a little safety talk we have to do. So we don't want anybody getting hurt. So it's mostly just kind of hiking, and sometimes we'll be on some of the snow, and sometimes you might break through. So watch for falling and tripping. Drink plenty of water. It's pretty chilly today. I won't drink as much probably today. Just don't staple your hand or anything like that. And one thing they do say with the MCH is before we eat lunch, that we can wash our hands. I did bring up some of these little wipes here, so, and just as a safety precaution. So, so probably just walking and just tripping are the biggest hazards here, I would think right now. So, can you think of anything else, Laura?
I guess don't try to wear the gloves, and it is, it's benign thing, but still, it's like, you just be careful. We just try not to put your fingers in the air. Why you? Yeah, that's don't eat them.
I need to get a pen, so then I need to have you all sign again. I'm sorry. We have 2 tree species here. The majority is Douglas fir and some lodgepole pine. This is a lodgepole pine right here, and they don't get pretty much more than 12 inches in diameter. Whereas if you look over, and it usually has just kind of a smoother bark, and if you look over at these big trees here, those are Douglas firs. You see the big kind of thick furrowed bark. So that's one indication. On pines, we have they'll have 2 or 3 needles per little bundle, and they'll pop out on the end of the branch. And duck fir, it's all just kind of individual needles coming out one by one on the stem. So it's pretty easy to kind of tell. So we don't really need to. So this is a lodgepole pine here. This is a duck fir. Duck fir there. So, but like I said, but usually the pines are going to be so small that we won't even be hitting on those. So you can see some dead trees over here. This is the result of the duck fir bark beetle here that's killed. And they like to kind of hit little groups and pockets of trees. That's kind of what's going on. So those are older hit trees, and I did see 1 or 2 trees that had some pitch streamers coming down, probably from a year ago. So when a beetle hits the tree, the trees try to, with the sap, they try to kind of push it out, and on duck fir you'll see these long streams of pitch coming out. Whereas lodgepole pine, you just see these little, what we call pitch tubes, and they're just kind of pockets all spread up and down. So, so let's go over here.
Prefer to attack the weaker or stressed large Douglas fir trees when the populations are small and they're just kind of normal levels in the woods. But when the populations become large, they can end up killing landscape, more like forests of trees, and so it can become a big deal. And so we have examples of that all through our Doug fir forests around here. But here we're just trying to keep them at a low level. So not let them build. Once they attack in a tree of this size, that's thousands of beetles in that one tree, and so you could really see there's a lot of these size trees attacked, the populations can increase very quickly. We'll fool the beetles this year.
Yeah, so you can see I kind of gravitate to these big trees. So what kind of tree is this? Yep. That was a real quick, fast lesson. But so I'm just gonna reach up and just. I'm not used to this new gun. I wonder why I didn't.
Your guy fell down.
I don't like it.
No, I have my doubts about it.
It's my trusty one here.
Yeah, know how those work.
So just up like that.
Voila,
And bigger
voila.
one. You said this is over 20 inches, so I'm gonna put, well, 2 or 3. Probably 2.
Yeah, I would say 2 or 3. 3.
Okay.
I say 3.
So this will go over 20 inches, and so I'll go around and do one more.
You can hear all the staple guns clicking away.